It's 9 o'clock. Another episode of I Love Eastern York, or People of Eastern York. And Aunt Sue is producing this show. Thank you, Aunt Sue. I was just yelling over to her. I forget what episode we're on. What number is it, Sue? Do you know?
Is it 23?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
It was on the first. It was on the first one.
Oh, I didn't see it, but yeah, we're getting up there. That's pretty good. We're getting to the point where we have so many we lost count, but we have a good episode here ahead of us. And if it's your first time joining, we're interviewing people of the Eastern York community, people that are standout people. And if you know somebody that should be interviewed by us, recommend them to us. We have a good lineup. Sue, while I have you on the mic, do you want to tell them what's coming up?
Yes. So we have after Heather today, we have Colby Mitzel, who is a local
Oh, yeah.
gentleman who actually wrote a
Cool.
book.
I got it. I got the prop right here.
Okay, so he's going to tell us about his book.
You can order this on Amazon. It's really interesting. Super Mario at the Olympics, a scientific analysis of the feats of strengths of the world's favorite plumber. So that's a fun one. I'm looking forward to that.
And then after Colby, we have another local lady, Samantha Mergler, who makes she's actually an artist, but she has
Oh, yeah,
taken
that's your
to
friend, right?
yeah, she her daughter goes to school with my niece, and she does furniture redoes furniture, some really cool pieces that
Awesome.
she has. So we have in April Lisa Hohenadel for Brandon's Battle, and she's got a couple events coming up that she wants to discuss. And hopefully in April too, we will be talking to the Crates Creek Library. So um, got a couple things in the mix.
Awesome. Yeah, no, we have a good lineup and they're filling up. We were having trouble kind of filling up the lineup for a while, but thank you to all who have reached out to us. And before we jump into our interview with Heather Kreiger, who was just recognized recently by the Realtors Association of York and Adams County as the Realtor of the Year, and she is from Wrightsville, so she's one of our own. Um, we have a few announcements. So today, the York Fire Company is having a fundraiser. It is a drive-through dinner from 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. The food is by Big Bob's Barbecue. It's actually until 1 or sold out, and I think a lot of those events probably sell out pretty fast. Big Bob's is delicious. So I didn't pull up. Sue, do you have that? Oh no, I didn't give you that image. So
No.
we'll skip that one. All right. So after that, we've got the River Rat Plunge, which is March the 6th, and that benefits this Special Olympics. It is not the typical polar bear plunge, but it still does benefit the Special Olympics. They'll be there to collect a check. And I know our buddy John Culp, who has been on the show before, he has helped organize this, and they are trying to get, I think he told me they were trying to get 500 participants, which is a little less than what they had been used to. I see a little blip up here. It says "Good morning" again. Who did we write that, or is that a post from somebody?
That's a post
Uh,
from someone.
okay, why isn't it showing up with their name?
I don't know. They're not over on my screen either. I don't know.
We're getting a little glitchy here. I'm going to pull it up on my laptop here so I can know who I'm saying hello
Yeah, I
to.
don't
But
have
thank you.
any names.
Yeah, thank you to all who are joining us here this morning. And before we jump in with Heather, I have one more announcement. So March the 27th, this was just shared by Jackie Ritz, and we have a food truck event. Man, she's got quite the lineup there. There's a lot. You can find it on the page if you go to I Love Eastern York. She just posted. It's a food trucks at the ball field. This is also supporting the York Fire Company. So that'll be March 27th from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. So sounds like fun. All right, so let's dive in with Heather. Heather, how are you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Heather's got a nice scene set up there with a plant behind her. Tons of fun. She's got great lighting. She said she's been used to doing this. She's no stranger to Zoom meetings. How about it, Heather?
Unfortunately not. But I will say it's been a saving grace over the past 12 months, and it's hard to believe that we're coming up on 12 months of all of this. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I did say it already, but the Realtors Association of York and Adams County just recognized you as Realtor of the Year. Congratulations, Heather.
Thank you. Thank you. It
But
was
before
it
we,
was quite
I'm
an
sorry, go
honor.
ahead.
It was quite an honor.
No, it is an honor and well deserved. And before we jump into what all that means, Heather, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Heather Kreiger?
Sure. Well, that's a loaded question. But what I will tell you, so I am basically a lifelong resident of Wrightsville. I live here currently with my husband of 10 years and our 7-year-old, almost 8-year-old son. I think I may have lived away from town for about 3 years in my life, and the rest of the time I've been living here. So I love this. I love this town. It's such a great area. Um, I can't imagine actually living anywhere else because we're huge river rats. We love the water. We have boats, we have kayaks. We spend a lot of time there with our dogs and our kid, and it's a lot of fun. But I professionally, I've been in real estate for the past 17 years. 16 of my 17 years have been in commercial real estate, and 14 of those 17 years have actually been with Rock Commercial Real Estate. And I've held a number of different positions with them. And for the last 4 or 5 years, I've been in the sales and leasing role. So it's a little bit
Okay.
about me.
So if somebody is interested in buying, selling, leasing commercial real estate, they reach out to
Yeah.
you. So we
Yes.
got a little ticker at the bottom of the screen there that's dragging her email address along. Is that a good way to reach you, Heather?
Yes, that's perfect.
Okay,
Either through email or Facebook is fine too, but email is usually the best way to get in touch with me.
great. All right, so for those who don't have any idea what the Realtors Association is or what it does, I'm teeing you up here for a question that I think you'll enjoy answering. What's going on? What's the Realtors Association of York and Adams County?
Sure. So
County.
the Realtors Association of York and Adams Counties, or RAYAC, as some of you you'll hear it called, basically is a membership organization. We have a little over 1,100 members that are all realtors and affiliates in the real estate industry. And basically, the purpose of it is really to support our members, provide them with education and tools to help them do their business, also to promote professionalism in the industry, as well as protecting the public and their interest in their real estate holdings.
Yeah, that's
We
one thing
have,
that I think a lot of people don't know. Like, we're self-policing. We have ethics hearings, and we have a code of ethics that we uphold, and that uh, that that protects us in a sense from having
Yep.
someone else watching over what we're doing, because we do a good job of that.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
sorry,
and
I
it's
interrupted you. Go ahead.
no, you are perfectly fine. It's a great organization. I've been involved with it for a number of years in a lot of different areas. Um, I think I actually started volunteering in 2008, and then it sort of just kind of started with a committee or two and sort of spiraled up to getting onto the board of directors. Now, I served 5 years on the board of directors, 2 years as the secretary, 1 year as the vice president, and then about 1.5 years as the president. So I was president in 2019,
There's a story to that.
immediate past president in 2020, and then like halfway through 2020, I became president again. So it was it's all good. It's a great organization. We were formed actually originally in 1923 as the York County Board, and then in 1997 it actually merged with the Hanover Adams the members, and then that's when it became known as RAYAC. But so basically, in 2 years, we're going to be celebrating almost 100 years of having an association for realtors in York County, which is pretty
Yeah,
amazing.
that is amazing. And going back to what you said about serving on committees, I remember early in my career I was on a committee with you. Do you remember what committee that was?
I believe it was like the technology task force or
Yeah,
something.
is
I
that
think
what? Okay, is that what it was? It was a task
yeah,
force.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out what the best technology out there was for our realtor community. That was a
I was
long
like
time
when
ago.
dot loop, like e-signature was
Mhm.
just coming out and such. But I remember it was the first meeting that was just put together, and it was like, who wants to be president? And there were crickets for a little while, and you're like, I'll do it. So like you just feel like you always like kind of answer the call and are willing to step up, and that's awesome of you, and what makes you a good leader. So um, yeah, so you kind of said a lot there about what happened over the course of your time serving on the board. Um, we went through a big change, which I don't know that a lot of people will be interested in, but we went through a big change where we now share our MLS, which is essentially the database that we as agents use and share with one another. But we merged with uh, you could probably tell me how many or guess how many different
Yeah.
counties and different MLS systems. So now, like I used to subscribe to sell in Lancaster and in York, and now it's all one. But that was a headache for you guys. Am
Yeah,
I
it
am I
was.
right? For all of
Oh,
us.
it was a headache to all of us, even so into the public itself. But I mean, we went from
Hmm.
having two county MLS to now we're basically all of southern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland, Virginia, and parts of Delaware. So I think it's 85,000 subscribers altogether. And it was funny because when I always said that I brought the weirdness to the board because the day that I came on, it was like, oh, hey, by the way, we're going to start talking about this new MLS thing. And then it became like all this stuff over that 5 year time that I was on the board. But it really was a headache. And it was a great exercise in teamwork. There were so many fantastic people that we have on the board currently, we had on the board then. They did so much research and back work and just trying to make sure that we were making the best decision for not only our members but for the public, so that we were and trying to be as transparent as possible through the whole process. It was definitely an undertaking, but we had such great leadership, and such our members were, even though they were frustrated, they knew that we were looking out for them, and that was it was awesome. It was awesome at the end of the day, seeing everybody come together and you know working together to try to figure out this whole thing. And
And
it's still like
you were part of that. You were part of that great leadership. I remember I was not serving on the board yet, and I think you reached out to me and said, "There's Heather." You just said, "Hey, like, can I just get your thoughts on things?" And I remember we met down at Burning Bridge for lunch and kind of
Mhm.
chatted about things. And it was awesome of you to get out there and kind of get a read on the temperature of agents who are out there and what they're experiencing. So yeah, that's awesome. So. Sue popped the picture up there of you winning your award there. Um, so it was actually rare for a current president that's serving to receive a award like that, is it not?
Yes, I believe I might be the only one that ever the immediate past president that actually received the Realtor of the Year award. And a lot of it had to do with the fact of, so what's really interesting, I said a lot of firsts being president.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
was
that's right.
the Yeah, I was the first commercially focused president. I was the first millennial president. And then I was actually the first president to serve two back-to-back terms, because that doesn't normally happen either. And then with everything that happened over these past 5 years, and that I'm sure that was a deciding factor into into the award itself. But it was uh, it was funny because when I received that award, I was immediately taken back to when I first got into this business, many, many years ago. I sat in the crowd and I used to watch this award be given out, and it was always very, it was cool to see people win it, because they worked hard, they were good citizens, they were good realtors, and it just always felt to me like that has to be such a cool feeling to receive that award. And then when it actually came to me this year, it was like, I it's I can't really explain it, but it meant the world to me.
Yeah, no, and I'm not sure the exact criteria for it, but obviously you have served the association, you've served the public well, and you put in a lot of time. I know you did, and you had a lot of obstacles in your way with things that happened, including COVID this past year, and then being thrown back into uh, the position as president. I actually recall when I actually joined the board at the beginning of 2020, and I remember I was observing the last meeting of 2019, and you were kind of like, my last meeting as president. Little did you know,
Oh
some
my gosh.
some politics landed you back into the position as president, and you did a great job. So thank you, Heather, for serving the association, for serving the public, and for I think most of all for representing Wrightsville and the Eastern York community so well, to be doing such a good job. So we got a question up there from Kathy Nace Jones. Do you know Dave Keach from Rock?
I absolutely do. Dave was one of the founding partners at Rock. He retired, oh my gosh, probably 5, 6 years ago. Dave is happily living in North Carolina. He's very tan and he is doing wonderful. I actually just saw him. I saw him via Zoom in December, and he looks fantastic. And he's doing really great. And him and Kim are out actually doing a lot of work for folks whose homes were damaged during like storms and other things. So he's doing well.
Good, good. Yeah, if anybody else has any other questions, feel free to jump on. I don't know why the names aren't showing up. Kathy says he's an old friend of mine. Um, so I usually end the show here. If we don't have any other questions, I like to just ask. This is another loaded question because there's an assumption here. But what do you love most about living in the Eastern York community?
Oh man, there's so many things. Probably I would. Well, I'll tell you this. I'll give it to you this way. So several years ago, after my grandfather passed away, I did some research on my family because I don't know too much about the able side of my family, because we weren't, anyways, family drama, I guess. But I realized
We all have it.
during that, yeah, I realized during that that I'm part of one of these like old families that have been in the Eastern York area forever since they came over from overseas. And so I'm pretty sure that I'm related to just about everybody in this general area because there's like 3 or 4 families that kind of started this whole area. But so I think what I realized during that, I think I personally am 5 generations of my family that have lived in Wrightsville. My son is 6. So for me, it's like a connection to the area that is more than just it's home. It's home. It's home on a much deeper level than just this is where I live. So if there's anything that I love about this area, it's just that, we love going to to Sue's, and we love going to Turkey Hill and some of the other local, the restaurants and stuff. And we walk in and people know us. We can talk to everybody. Again, I can walk down the street and I know my neighbors. I know, a lot of the people that live here, and everybody here's really great. And I love it. I have always loved it. And I just can't imagine living anywhere else.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's a wonderful place. Love the community. So, I don't have anything else. It doesn't look like there's any other messages here, except Kathy says thank you for the update, Heather, on Dave. But
No
Heather,
problem.
I want to thank you again for jumping on. It was fun chatting with you here this morning, and we look forward to the next episode in 2 weeks. And again, Sue, that's the one with Colby Mitchell?
Correct.
All right, so look forward to that. Thank you all who have watched the show, and thank you for those who have participated and added your comments in here. Again, if you know anybody who you think would be a good candidate for an interview here, just let us know or have them get in touch with us. So thank you for watching, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye.